take great pleasure in welcoming parents, friends, and members of the class of 2018 to this special occasion, the 47th commencement exercise of the Hanover Area School District. We will begin our commencement program with invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem. Invocation will be delivered by Mr. Darren Martinez, son of Dawn Martinez and her husband Alan. Darren graduates with a cumulative grade point average of 98.6. He has been a member of our Wilkes University Gateway program in both his junior and senior years. He is a 4-year member of the National Honor Society and a 3-year member of the Student Council. He has also been an integral part of the boys varsity soccer team where he has been a 3-year leader. Chosen to participate in the Senior All-Star Classic, he was also second-team All-Scholastic and served as captain in his senior year. Darren is the winner of our Hanover Area Senior Project Award of Distinction and is the winner of the District 2 PIAA Male Scholar Athlete. He will attend Wilkes University majoring in creative writing. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present to you the salutatorian of the senior class, Mr. Darren Martinez.
I'd like to offer a prayer to my fellow classmates so that we make an oath unto ourselves. I pray that we all have each other through thick and thin. This world is going to bear down upon us and pit brother against brother. Beyond Hanover area, not one of us can truly predict our path. All of us have made unique journeys up until this point, and we will continue blazing trails beyond. I pray that along whatever road we choose to travel, someone from the class of 2018 will have their back. For the short time our journey is connected on these grounds, I hope we forge worthy bonds. It takes courage to get up every morning and look at yourself in the mirror and decide to keep on going. Sometimes others may make the decision to prop us up and keep us going. Every single day, it may get a little easier for all of us. We won't ever be waking up to walk through these halls again, but I pray the lessons we've learned here rest within our hearts.
Thank you, Darren. Will everyone please rise at this time for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Leading us in the national anthem will be members of our Hanover Area Senior Chorus. I'll ask them to come forward at this time. Welcome, everyone, to the 2018 commencement exercises. The first of our featured speakers serves as the Chief Executive Officer for the Hanover Area School District. addition to working with the Board of Education and the local community, he is responsible for the safe and efficient operation of our schools. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Superintendent of the Hanover Area School District, Mr. William Jones.
Thank you, Mr. Malloy. Before I get started, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this fact. For the graduates of 2018, Mr. John Bailey was our board president and was never missed. Graduation was 20 years on the board. Unfortunately, because of personal reasons, he couldn't be here tonight. So we want to pass that on to you guys. Congratulations to you guys for class of 2018. I'm very sorry that it would be here for first visit to 20 years. So, let's get on to the class of 2018. How you guys feel? Well, you should feel great. It's a wonderful accomplishment. But who would have thought 13 years ago, when you walked in those doors, and you walked in those doors to Hanover Green, and you saw all those other little kids, whatever school you may have attended at that time, that you ended up here. Some of you are probably afraid, some of you are probably happy, some of you probably didn't have any idea what was going on. First time away from mom and dad, maybe, others may have went to preschool, but that was the first big step, I think, in your life. That was number one. And obviously you did it well. I'm sure there were some bumps. I'm sure there were some tough times, but you succeeded and you persevered as you got through kindergarten, you got through first grade, and then you went to Lee Park, and you had a little bit of a different atmosphere, but it was still kind of primary grade. And then you went to Memorial, and now you had a few more choices as a middle school student, and you had a little bit of a different layout as a middle school student. But you persevered again, and you went on. And then you came here as a 7th grader, and it seemed like they reset the clock on all of you. Just like when you started out in kindergarten. You walked in this building, you walked in these halls. Again, you were the smallest people around for the most of you, wondering what was going on with all these older kids and how lunch was going and how everything else was going, and now you're eligible for sports, and it was just a wonderful time. Again, I'm sure there were some bumps, and there were some tough times, and there were great times. There were great times. Now you're in 9th grade, and now you start to make choices of your own, because up to this point, your choices were made for you. You weren't picking classes in kindergarten. You weren't picking classes in 4th and 5th grade for the most part. Even 7th and 8th grade. It was pretty much laid out for you. But 9th grade, you started choosing some classes on your own. And then you moved on to 10th grade. 11th grade, you got to start picking, well, do I want to take some college courses? Do I want to go in 10th grade, or do I want to go to CTC? Do I want to earn a trade? So you even had a little more freedom in your life. Well, now it's big time. Once you leave us here today, you are definitely the captain of your own ship. This is not a ship that anybody else is going to captain. You've been like a first lieutenant, maybe an ensign, up until this point. But now when you leave here today, you're going to be the captain of your own ship. You're going to make choices to go to college. You're going to make choices what college to go to. You probably have already. When you get to college, you're going to make choices on a lot of things. What friends you meet, what countries they're from, what states they're from, and how you do in college. You might change your major 10 times, who knows? But the bottom line is there's not going to be anybody else to look at except yourselves. And as the captain of your own ship, you're going to be responsible for your own ship. So the waters get a little rough. I always tell people, don't look right over the edge of the ship. Look at the shore. Because the water is a lot calmer when you look at the shore, and you want to keep taking your ship towards that shore. And when you keep getting closer to the shore, the water is calmer. It's rockier next to the ship. So keep that vision ahead. Don't look behind, don't look down, don't look to the side. Your vision is to stay ahead. So I know you're not all over here talk much, but I just want to tell you, we're all very, very proud of you. You should be very proud of yourselves. And I hope you nothing but the best in the future. And as the captain of your own ships, guys, I'm just going to salute you now and say best of luck in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Before we continue, I'd like to offer my congratulations to the class of 2018 and welcome you as the newest Hanover area alumni. Your families are extremely proud of you. I can't imagine right now the sense of relief they are experiencing. This would be a most opportune time to ask for money. That actually is a quote from Gary Bolton that I came across preparing for tonight's ceremony. On a more serious note, I believe it was Ralph Waldo Emerson that said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." Life is all about change, like it or not. Everything changes as we move through our lives. Our circumstances are going to be altered every day, every week, every year. The relationships we have with our friends, our brothers and sisters, and even our parents are going to continually be changing throughout our lives. One area that we do have a degree of control over in our lives is who we choose to be and how we choose to influence and affect the world around us. Choose to contribute. Choose to help. Choose to improve. Do all that you can do to ensure that when you look back on your life, you can be proud of the person you were and the life that you have lived. I expect that the class of 2018 is going to do great things when you leave here. Each of you in your own way. We're also very proud of everything that you guys have accomplished to this point. As you experience all that life has to offer, come back and tell us about it. We're always going to have a family here in Hanover area, and we wish for you all the success imaginable. Once again, graduates, on behalf of your former elementary teachers as well as the high school faculty in the Hanover area Board of Education, I congratulate you and wish you the very best. Thank you. With our tradition, we invite members of the graduating class to speak before their classmates at commencement exercises. The students here on stage represent some of the best qualities found in the class of 2018. You've already heard from Darren Martinez, who delivered the invocation and will speak again later in our program. We would now like to present our remaining guest speakers. Our first speaker is Brooke Stevens, the daughter of Michaeline and Rick Stevens. Brooke is a 3-year member of our Sportsman's Club and has been a 4-year letter winner for our varsity field hockey and cheer squads, serving as captain for both in her senior year. She was selected as team MVP for her contributions to our field hockey program and earned a selection to the Wyoming Valley All-Star Field Hockey League. In cheer, she has been selected as a UCA Honor Roll All-America cheerleader. She is a recipient of the Hanover area North Point Safe Schools Scholarship. Brooke intends to enroll at Misericordia University in the fall to pursue a degree in nursing. Her speech for this evening is entitled The Good Old Days. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to present the president of the class of 2018, Ms. Brooke Stevens.
Okay, before I start, I promised everyone I would say this, so, hi, welcome to Chili's. Thanks, guys. Good evening, administration, faculty, family, friends, and the graduating class of 2018. As I prepared to write my speech for today, it occurred to me what a special place this class holds in history. We, the class of 2018, are like babies born into a new millennium. We came into this world and grew up in a time of great change. We survived the first launch of the iPod and grew up with the iPhone and grew out of Facebook. We visited our first emergency room after trying on a pair of Heelys. We got into arguments during recess fighting over which Twilight character is better, Team Edward or Team Jacob. We dreamt of being the next American Idol some of us, we are still dreaming of being the next M&M, bread. It feels like yesterday when we celebrated the end of 6th grade, standing alongside the road in a broken down bus on our way home from Hershey Park, and spent the summer dreaming the next 6 years would be like starring in High School Musical. Those were the good old days. As we begin our journey through Hanover area junior senior high school, preparing for the first day of 7th grade proved to be a stressful time. From picking out what to wear to the fear of not finding our classes, this year was sure to be a challenge. And as freshman year flew by, our sophomore year was upon us, and the search was on. The search for what we wanted to do for the rest of our lives, and what we wanted to do after high school, and for some of us, an upperclassmen to take us to prom. While juggling our difficult class load, we also had dreaded SATs to think about. I'm pretty sure we all contemplated not going to college when we found out we had to arrive at 7 a.m. for a 6-hour-long test. We learned a vital lesson this year, how to handle a heavy workload while excelling in our extracurricular activities. And how can we forget, this is a year Dr. Hall agreed made Sal, yes, Steel Plow Sal, cry in chemistry class. But soon, these two will be distant memories. Soon, they'll be the good old days. Junior year, the year we were finally upperclassmen. This year came with harder classes, more responsibility, and tons of pressure. It was a year full of decision-making and planning our future. The year of semi-formals, prom, and getting our driver's license. The year for falling in love, falling out of love, and falling in love again. At the time, all the embarrassing and tough moments seemed to be monumental, such as Kaylee Kane dropping me on my face during the wheelbarrow race at Anything Goes, or Michael Biscotti sliding into second base at Wyoming Seminary, only to be at least 2 feet short of the base. Sorry, Mike. But soon, looking back, these memories will be the good old days. Finally, the year we couldn't wait for, senior year. The year we would showcase how we have grown to the leaders of tomorrow. This year brought out the best of the class of 2018. Fellow classmates Cassie Soffel and Kayla Schaefer organized a Dig Pink fundraiser to honor our librarians' fight against breast cancer. Their efforts raised over $4,000. Then, the time of the year we all waited for, homecoming. The class of 2018 was tasked with crowning one young lady to represent the spirit of Hanover area, someone who inspires the entire student body to be their best. Our class was lucky enough to grow up with the perfect queen, Miss Riley Bowers. And let's not forget about our gentle giant, Big John, our bonfire king. Following homecoming, semi-formal was upon us. Thanks to Hope Willis and Joey Burkan, we quickly learned new uses for Coleridge Doritos. With senior projects behind us and our Christmas in the past, it was time for the Hawks Nest to gather one last time to run our Hawkeye basketball team. On February 14th, we mourned with our fellow students across the nation following the tragedy at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. During a time of anger and great debate, the class of 2018 brought the entire student body together to honor the lives lost on this tragic day. As spring quickly approached and prom was upon us, we dressed in our best one last time. Once again, Hope and Joey proved to be the most creative, rocking the boutonniere and bouquet made of Cheetos. As we began to prepare graduation, we celebrated Hanover's baseball victory as conference champions, along with the agony of defeat in the playoffs. We still love you, CBG. Finally, the last week of school was surreal. We were welcomed into school with our lockers decorated with graduation caps. We handed in our textbooks and listened to the afternoon announcements as Jake Wajkowski gave his official sign-off on behalf of the class of 2018. It's hard to believe very soon these memories will be the good old days. In conclusion, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the people who made all our memories possible. From our elementary PTA members to our booster clubs and our class advisors. Without your dedication and support, many of these memories would not be possible. I would like to thank all the faculty and staff who have developed us through the past 6 years. Next, I'd like to take a moment on behalf of the class of 2018 to thank my fellow classmates who have chosen to serve our country after graduation. Finally, thank you to my parents for encouraging me to step out and step up, and my twin brother, Brad, who is always a constant reminder not to take everything so seriously. I love you all very much. On behalf of the class of to all our parents, grandparents, and loved ones who have supported us along this journey. It has been an absolute pleasure to represent the Hanover area class of 2018. Thank you.
Thank you, Brooke. Before we continue with our student speakers, members of the Hanover area senior chorus under the direction of Mr. Roger Lucier, formal selection and principal green. Composed by Mitchell Lee and arranged by Mark Hayes. While we wait for our choral members to assemble, I'd like to take a moment to introduce those members of the Hanover area Board of Education attending this evening. Seated behind me on stage are Board Vice President Mr. Paul Holmgren, Secretary Mr. Kevin Qualia, Treasurer, Mrs. Joyce Potsko, Mr. Joseph Steiner, Mr. Vic Kopko, Ms. Stacy McGovern, Mr. Rick Stevens, and Mr. Frank Chivarella. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Impossible Dream. Thank you very much, Mr. Lucier, and members of our chorus. While we wait for the choral members to return to their seats, I'd like to introduce the remaining school officials on stage. Assistant Secondary Principal, Mr. William Kane. Senior Class Guidance Counselor, Mrs. Michelle Zapatoski. Assistant Elementary Principal, Mrs. Anne-Marie Mantione. Director of Special Education, Mrs. Shannon Bennett, and our Senior Class Advisor, Miss Amy Hummer. Our next speaker is J.J. Majer, the son of Lisa Valentine and Jose Irizarry. J.J. is graduating in the top 10% of his class with a cumulative grade point average of 95.3. Our January Student of the Month, he has participated in our College Scholars Program in both his junior and senior years. J.J. has been a 4-year member of the National Honor Society and a 4-year member of the Leo Club. J.J. is a recipient of the Hanover Area Golf Association Scholarship as well as the Hanover Area Faculty Scholarship. In the fall, he plans to attend Wilkes University to pursue a degree in biology. His speech for this evening is entitled Wisdom. I am proud to present to you the President of the 2018 Hanover Area National Honor Society, Mr. J.J. Majer.
Thank you, Mr. Malloy, and thank you to all for sharing this special evening to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2018. I'd like to start with a quote from Socrates. The only true wisdom is knowing you know nothing. Collectively, we have spent countless hours working toward achieving educational goals that have led us to this moment. We have shed tears, crammed, stressed out, and even had many emotional breakdowns. Some may consider this quote to mean that we know nothing or that we have an absence of wisdom. I interpret this quote as regardless of how much we know, there still remains an infinite amount of knowledge to be obtained. Therefore, our quest is not ending, but is rather beginning. Jiddu Krishnamurti stated, "There is no end to education. It is not that you read a book, pass an examination, and finish with education. The whole of life, from the moment you are born to the moment you die, is a process of learning." So where do we go from here? Some of us will continue with formal education, while others will explore different pathways of knowledge. Whatever choice is made, we will continue to pursue wisdom, remembering to be humble as we are limited in our ability to obtain all knowledge. Consequently, if we combine our efforts, we can achieve greatness in this world. None of us are here because of what we have independently accomplished. We have been nurtured, supported, encouraged, motivated, and inspired by many. And in return, we continue to grow and contribute to and inspire others. I'd like to conclude with a poem entitled "The Man in the Glass" by Peter Dale Wimbrow, in hopes that it will provide guidance as we embark on this new beginning. When you get what you want in the struggle for self, and the world makes you king for a gay, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your father or mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The fellow whose verdict counts most in your life is the one staring back from the glass. He's the fellow to please, never mind all the rest, for he's with you, clear to the end. And you've passed your most difficult and dangerous test if the man in the glass is your friend. You may fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on your back as you pass, but your final reward will be heartache and tears if you cheated the man in the glass. May we all progress in the process of learning, inspire and amaze and befriend the man in the mirror. Best wishes and congratulations.
Thank you, JJ. Our final student speaker this evening is Alexa Grabowski, the daughter of April Wellabob and Michael Grabowski. After 4 years in a highly competitive college preparatory program, Alexa is graduating first in her class with a cumulative grade point average of 99.16. Our June Student of the Month, Alexa has been a part of our Wilkes University Gateway program in both her junior and senior years. She is a 4-year member of our National Honor Society and has been a 4-year member of our Leo Club. She is the recipient of the Departmental Scholastic Awards in Math, Chemistry, English, and Social Studies. Alexa has been awarded the Leo Club Community Volunteer Award and is the recipient of the William H. and Ruth W. Young Memorial Scholarship. She will be attending Villanova University in the fall, where she will be pursuing a degree in biology. Her speech for this evening is entitled Steps Away. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to present the valedictorian for the class of 2018, Ms. Alexa Grabowski.
Good evening, fellow graduates, faculty, administration, members of the school board, family, and friends. Tonight, as we sit in anticipation to close a chapter of our lives, thank you to the family and teachers who have all played a large role in getting us here. We are forever grateful for all of your support and encouragement. Just 13 years ago, we were stepping into our kindergarten classes and running outside at recess. Tonight wasn't even a thought in our minds. We still had winter and spring musicals, our Christmas parties, and most importantly, fun day. Our elementary days slipped by us as we learned to read and write and ace our times table quizzes. We took small steps as we made new friends on the playground and big steps as we moved up to the next school. Once we reached high school, though, our recesses came to an end and we took our last first step into a new school. We watched the classes above us enjoy their senior moments like signing the homecoming car, leading the Hawk's Nest, and moving closer and closer to their own graduation night. As they made decisions on what college to attend, we worried about making it to Mrs. Needle's class on time so we wouldn't have to sing. They might have been working on their senior projects as we built our roller coasters for Mrs. Yedlock's class. Graduation was still about 3 years away when I'd sit on the phone with Shannon Boyle for 2, sometimes 3 hours going over chem problems because we had the test the next day. 2018 crept closer as we recited the tomorrow speech in Mrs. Domzalski's class, and our junior year came to an end. Just a few months later, we stepped foot into the halls as seniors. We stood together cheering at the homecoming pep rally after signing our names for the senior cars. While wearing Inganari We Trust on the back of our t-shirts, we watched our last football game as a Hanover area student. After Joey Burkant's air band performance, we all rose to our feet to give a standing ovation. Before senior projects, we all met in the cafeteria to stress over presenting. We stepped onto the bleachers and watched Desmond Cannon break a school record, while only a few games later, we were yelling Jelly Mike for our last game in the Hawk's Nest. It wasn't long after that we were cheering for the baseball team in their 13-1 season. We got all dressed up for our last prom, and a week later we sat next to each other on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in D.C. After coming in first at Anything Goes, our senior year was reaching its end. We spent only a few more weeks in class with the same students we took those first steps into kindergarten with. Something that seemed so far away has already come to an end. We are now only steps away from becoming Hanover area graduates. We'll say goodbye to what's been familiar to us for so many years and step onto 147 new paths for the rest of the journey. We've made it this far together, and I wish you the best wherever your own path takes you. Step outside your boundaries and never let anyone hold you back. I hope you all live the life you've imagined and create many more memories while still holding on to the ones made at Hanover area. Good luck, thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2018.
Thank you, Alexa. Now, presenting the graduates will be Assistant Principal Mr. William Kane, followed by Miss Amy Hummer, Senior Class Advisor, and Mrs. Michelle Zapatoski, Senior Class Counselor. The official awarding of diplomas will be made by Mr. Kevin Kowalya. Mr. Kane?
Thank you, Mr. Malloy. I would like to begin by sharing a quote with you. It's advice from an old man, me, reflecting back on what I learned since graduation. And it goes, good judgment is what comes from experience, and experience is what comes from bad judgment. I wish you all, the class of 2018, positive experiences and the use of good judgment in your future endeavors. And now the graduates. On stage, Alexa Graboski. Darren Martinez. Brooke Stevens. JJ Major. Stephanie Aberrant. Good sound. Can you hear me? Shakoya Monica Allen. James Amon. Jeremy Andrew Lavage. Austin Authier. Dalton Bath. Nashana Bacham. Victoria Benning. Joseph Burkant. Madison Barasic. Lauren Bozowski. Miss Catherine Rinaldi will be presenting the award to Riley Bowers. Shannon Boyle. Justin Brannigan. Trek Brzezinski. Alex Bukuski. Desmond Cannon. Board member Stacy McGovern will be presenting to Stephen Casey. Corwin Chabin. Timothy Chamberlain. Miss Langdon will be presenting to Matthew Clark. Michael Coleman. Sean Coleman. Gunnar Collum. Patrick Connors. Robert Corcoran. Winelise Cordova. Angela Krupp. Owen Cunningham. Rafiq Davis. Alicia Dennis. Anthony Dixon. Emily Elick. Eric Epler. Mercedes Fotz. David Fodorczyk. Jacob Finn. Christian Frame. Sabrina Frame. Continuing with the presentations, Miss Amy Hummer, Senior Class Advisor.
Congratulations, class of 2018. Jared Fulginetti. Robert Fuller. Carrie Gary. Jasmine Graves. Julia Grohowski. Salvatore Gennari. Bethany Hannon. Bridget Hannon. Duncan Harding. Sean Hart. John Hooper. Nova Hummel. Shemeka Irving. Modu Jenna. John Jenkins. Joshua Jopling. Jai Joy. Presented by her father, Mr. Kane, Kaylee Kane. Devin Karpovich. John Kostreva. Christopher Kemmerer. James Kilheany. Isaiah Kirkland. Ryan Kornacki. Abby Kratz. Jacob Kwiatkowski. Nadia Lamoureux. Nina Lamoureux. Presented by her mother, Marisa Langen, Kiara Langen. Paige Laurie. Skylar Lafort. Michael Lenahan. Donnie Lott. Ashley Lundy. Samantha McDormand. Tati Mackey. Rachel Malinowski. Corey Martin. Jayla Mayo. Laura McCarthy. Presented by Mrs. Langdon, Henry McNair. Thomas Mercadante. Presented by Mrs. Seen, Andrew Morgan. Jordan Mazaleski. Nathan Nesbitt. John O'Connor. Evan Okonski. Tabitha Ortiz. Austin Orwan. Our next presenter is the Senior High Guidance Counselor, Mrs. Michelle Zapatoski.
Hidea Otero. Kayla Paulchanis. Desiree Palermo. Troy Pasco. Congratulations. Marvin Perdomo. Congratulations, Marvin. Donna Pirog. Michael Piscotti. Mike. Congratulations. Tyler Potsko. Congratulations. Empress Prather. Congratulations. Alexa Reed. Haley Rios. Genesis Rodriguez. Lydia Rodriguez. Rayshawn Ross. Lindsay Rolls. Damian Radowski. Tristan Saldana.
Congratulations.
Krista Savercool. Being presented by board member Mr. Steininger, David Schwartz. Being presented by Mr. Kane, Devin Sank. Kayla Schaefer.
Thanks, Mom. Bye. Love you.
Heba Siam. Omar Siam.
Congrats.
Megan Sims.
Congratulations.
Mary Shea Slusser.
Congratulations.
Emily Smith.
Congratulations.
Hector Soto. Jose Soto.
Congratulations.
Amber Spiegel.
Congratulations,
Jared Stefanovich. Being presented by Mr. Steininger, Brittany Steininger. Being presented by Mr. Stevens, Brett Stevens.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Cassandra Stoffel.
Congratulations.
Andrew Strummel. Taheem Taylor.
Congratulations.
Tyler Thomas. Daniel Thompson. Zoe Thompson. Corey Turner.
Congratulations.
Yanira Valentin Rodriguez.
Congratulations, honey.
Latera Van Buren.
Congratulations, honey.
Adelia Wallace.
Congratulations, honey.
Jonathan Wilds.
Congrats, honey.
Hope Willis.
Congratulations, honey.
Atreya Woodbury.
Congratulations, honey.
Cheyenne Wido. Presented by Ms. McGovern, Hallie Yashkis. Randall Yost. Corey Zelinka. Congratulations, class of 2018. Please bear with us for a very short while longer. As your school counselor, I would like to take a minute to give you well wishes. It has been my esteemed honor and privilege to work with such a mature and ambitious group of students. In September, you hit the ground running with your post-high school planning. You are kind, you are funny, and you are gracious. Groups of students like you remind me of why we do what we do. I was especially close to this group. The goal is always to help you as you move through and to the world beyond high school. However, through your personalities and successes, you have left your mark at Hanover area, and the class of 2018 will long remain in our memories and in our hearts. I found the following story that I wanted to share with you as you transition into adulthood. So often we make quick judgments and hold grudges based off of those judgments. But how many of us would benefit from taking time to think before we act? The story goes like this. It's called The Cookie Thief. A woman was waiting at an airport one night with several long hours before her flight. She hunted for a book in the airport shops, bought a bag of cookies, and found a place to drop. She was engrossed in her book, but happened to see the man sitting beside her, as bold as could be, grabbed a cookie or two from the bag in between, which she tried to ignore to avoid a scene. So she munched the cookies and watched the clock as the gutsy cookie thief diminished her stock. She was getting more irritated as the minutes ticked by, thinking, if I wasn't so nice, I would blacken his eye. With each cookie she took, he took one too. When only one was left, she wondered what he would do. With a smile on his face and a nervous laugh, he took the last cookie and broke it in half. He offered her half as he ate the other, so she snatched it from him and thought, oh, brother, this guy has nerve and he's also rude. Why, he didn't even show any gratitude. She had never known what she had been so galled and sighed with relief when her flight was called. She gathered her belongings and headed to the gate, refusing to look back at the thieving ingrate. She boarded the plane and sank in her seat. Then she sought her book, which was almost complete. As she reached in her baggage, she gasped with surprise. There was her bag of cookies in front of her eyes. If mine are here, she moaned in despair. The others were his, and he tried to share. Too late to apologize, she realized with grief that she was the rude one, the ingrate, the thief. How often have you been absolutely convinced of something, only to find out later that you were mistaken? Just a little story to share with you. Congratulations, 2018. Best of luck.
home stretch. Before we conclude this evening's program, I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of the high school to thank the Hanover area faculty for the fine job they have done preparing the class of 2018 and for participating in this evening's commencement program. Would those faculty members participating in the processional please rise at this time? Ladies and gentlemen, class of 2018, let's give our teachers a nice round of applause. Thank you, teachers. We would also like to recognize the following groups. Please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Mr. Rick Barron, Supervisor of Buildings and Grounds, and his staff for the preparation of the campus, inside and out, with the efforts this year were outstanding. Maria DeLuca and her food service department, the high school secretarial staff, and the Hanover Area Senior Chorus, as well as everyone else who has helped to make today's ceremony a success. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a warm round of applause. And now, before I ask Darren to come up and deliver the benediction and conclude our commencement ceremony, I would like Brooke to come forward one last time and lead her classmates in the switching of the tassel, which will be followed by the alma mater, then benediction. Graduates, would you please rise, remain standing, and wait until after the alma mater has concluded before tossing your caps. Brooke?
Okay, on three. 1, 2, 3.
What's that? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more step before we get to leave. And now, concluding our ceremony with benediction, Mr. Darren Martinez.
Before we depart, before we take our separate ways, remember the sense of togetherness. Look around and share in the mirth with your fellow classmates. You've done it. We've done it. This is the class of 2018, here and now. And when we leave, we will still be the class of 2018. For now, It's fine to run free, take college by the horns, serve our country valiantly, or delve right into the workforce. Regardless of what awaits, carpe diem. I want to leave you with the words of comedian Patton Oswalt. It's chaos. Be kind.